Why the UK entrepreneur tax exodus isn't just as simple as you think. Every 45 minutes, a millionaire leaves the UK, and with over 13,000 who left in 2024 alone, but escaping Britain's 45% income tax isn't as easy as hopping on a flight to Dubai. And HMRC isn't going to let you go just like that. One poorly planned move could result in unexpected tax liabilities, and sometimes exceeding £250,000, especially under the temporary non-residence or statutory resident rule. And that's why in this video I'm going to show you how to do it the right way. Hi, I'm Arturo from Emifast, and we help entrepreneurs maximize their income and minimize taxes with smart global relocation strategies. And visit our website on emifast.com to explore all our resources or to talk with me or one of our consultants. We're always happy to help. Before we dive in, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you never miss out on our insights on the best global tax strategies. And if you know anyone thinking of leaving the UK for tax reasons, share this video with them. It might just save them a lot of money. Now, let's dive into it. The correct exit of the UK taxation. First off, let me clear something up. HMRC has one of the most sophisticated tax systems in the world. And when it comes to keeping track of their taxpayers, they do not play around. So when you as a UK entrepreneur decide to pack your bags and move, for example, to Dubai or Cyprus in pursuit of those sweet tax benefits, you better know that HMRC has already anticipated your smart move. And let me clarify this picture for you. So when you announce your intention to leave, HMRC will review your status under the SRT, the Statutory Residence Test. And this complex set of rules determines whether you remain a UK tax resident despite living abroad or not. They'll analyze your ties to the UK, your family connections, available accommodation, work arrangements, and how many days you physically spent in Britain. And here's where the most entrepreneurs get caught off guard. Even if you're living abroad, if you don't properly sever your UK ties, HMRC applies temporary non-resident rules and capital gain tax on UK property or closely held UK company shares, but not a blanket exit charge or something. And recently we had a fintech entrepreneur from London who had built a successful payment processing business, and when he decided to move to Dubai, he maintained his London apartment just in case, kept his UK directorship, and continued to visit Britain regularly for business meetings. And despite spending less than 90 days in the UK that year, HMRC determined he had too many UK ties and classified him as a UK resident for tax purposes. And the result was that he was liable for a tax bill on his global income, despite spending most of his time in Dubai and less than 3 months in the UK. And this is why moving abroad isn't just about finding a nice villa in Dubai on Palm Jumeirah or a beachfront property in another country. It's more than finding the entry to Dubai. It's about understanding the complex web of UK tax rules and properly planning your exit. And we certainly can help you conquer this complex process. Okay, let's talk about something many UK entrepreneurs completely overlook: the temporary non-resident rules. And these are of prime importance, guys. Even if you successfully become a non-UK resident, HMRC has a powerful tool called the temporary non-residence, aka TNR rules. And these rules are designed to catch people who leave the UK, realize certain gains or income, and then return once more. And this is how it works. If you become a non-UK resident but then decide to return to the UK within 5 complete tax years, certain types of income and gains you realize while abroad can be taxed if you never actually left. So this includes capital gains from assets owned before departure. They won't ignore dividends, by the way. Certain pension payments and loan repayments either. And when you leave the UK and become a non-resident, HMRC can apply what is known as an exit charge on certain assets. And this applies particularly to entrepreneurs who significant shareholdings in private companies. So this means that if you own shares in a company and become a non-UK resident, HMRC can treat those shares as they were sold on the day before you left the UK, triggering a capital gain tax liability even though you haven't actually sold anything whatsoever. So this deemed disposal applies if you have been a UK resident for at least 4 out of the 7 tax years before departure, and if you own assets that would be subject to the capital gain tax. They were actually sold. But the good news is that this typically applies to substantial shareholdings, usually 5% or more, in companies that derive at least 75% of their value from UK residential property. But let me be very definitive here about how that works for you. Just make sure you talk to a tax expert to discuss your personal situation. Please don't forget that. But let me tell you a couple of points about your capital gain tax as well. You can leave without triggering an immediate capital gain tax charge. However, these assets often remain within the UK tax net, meaning when you eventually sell them, you may still face UK capital gain tax on the portion of the gain that occurred while you were a UK resident. And this is a complex area where proper planning makes a tremendous difference. So do keep this in mind, guys, please. Now let's talk about something more positive, how tax treaties can work in your favor. Well, the UK has tax treaties with over 130 countries worldwide, and these treaties can significantly reduce your tax burden when relocating if you understand how to use them properly, like we do. Ain't that what we're doing here and now? Tax treaties determine which country has the right to tax different types of income, and they can help you avoid double taxation and sometimes provide special benefits for certain types of income. For example, the UK-UAE Tax Treaty stipulates the capital gain on most assets except UK real estate and are only taxable in your country of residence. So if you're properly established as a UAE resident, capital gains can potentially be tax-free, but only if the gain isn't tied to your UK assets. You're still with me, right? But here's the crucial point. Treaty benefits aren't automatic. And what I mean by that is you need to properly establish tax residency in your new country. Create sufficient substance to specify the treaty's requirements, and also structure your affairs to maximize treaty benefits and maintain proper documentation, prove your eligibility. And again, please do this the right way, or better yet, let us help you the correct way to slip through elusive exit door. With my clients, I also see that many UK entrepreneurs wonder what happens to their UK company when they relocate abroad. And this is actually one of the most complex areas of international tax planning. And when you leave the UK but continue to own and control a UK limited company, several tax issues arise. First, company residence. A UK incorporated company is automatically treated as a UK resident for tax purposes. However, if central management and control shifts to other countries, the company could become a dual resident, creating complex tax issues. That's why transfer pricing is very important as well. Second, director's duties. As a director, you have legal obligations under UK company laws that require ongoing compliance, regardless of your place of residence. And third, closed company rules. If your company is a closed company controlled by 5 or fewer participants, special rules apply to loans, benefits, and distributions to shareholders. And last, but definitely not least, IR35 for service companies. And it sounds like a difficult coding language, I know, so let me simplify it for you. It just means that if your company provides personal services, IR35 rules may still apply even after you relocate. So let me also explain IR35 in simple terms. It's a UK tax rule that checks if you're really running your own shop or just pretending to, so you can pay less tax. So careful not to get too smart, because HMRC would be really happy to outsmart you if you try. So if the tax people think you're acting like an employee, you have to pay the same taxes as an employee. And that's what IR35 is all about, making sure everyone pays the right amount of tax. So long story short, the key challenge is balancing practical business management with tax efficiency. And here are some approaches our clients have successfully used. And again, it's not the same for everybody. It has to be tailored for each specific case, right? So if you want to talk about your options, please visit us at emifast.com. We'll guide you through all the correct approaches. Create a proper holding structure in a tax treaty friendly jurisdiction, establish clear management protocols that respect corporate boundaries, gradually transition the business operations to your new location, and build substance in your new country of residence, of course. Now, let's zoom in on this last point because it's one of the most important aspects of successful relocation, building real substance in your new country. And HMRC, along with tax authorities worldwide, increasingly scrutinizes substance when evaluating international arrangements. Substance means having a genuine economic presence and business purpose, so you can't find the exit with just a mailbox or occasional visit. Like I said, don't get too smart. So let me tell you what exactly represents real substance. First, physical presence, spending significant time in your new country. Permanent home, having your main residence there, not just 2 days per year. What I hear from a lot of Dubai sales guys that it's possible. That's not possible. Family relocation, moving your family with you so you can enjoy the Dubai life while having your loved ones enjoy staying in the UK. You can't have all your children's and your wife living in the UK and pretending like you're living in another country. That's not possible. Also, economic ties, building local business relationship and financial connections like local banks, advisors, and other things. And lastly, social integration. You have to become a part of the local community at the country where you are going to reside or become a tax resident. So basically, forget about acting like a foreigner, and in our experience, entrepreneurs who build meaningful substance abroad not only secure their tax position, but often also discover unexpected business advantages in their new location, like Dubai, where network is everything here. So building substance isn't just about satisfying tax requirements, it's about creating a genuine center of life and business in your new home. So based on this information, let me share some of the most common mistakes we see UK entrepreneurs make when relocating. First, maintaining too many UK ties. Keeping a house, continuing UK directorships, or spending too many days in Britain can compromise your non-resident status. Second, poor documentation. Failing to keep records of your days in and out of the UK, tax residency certificates, and other evidence of your non-UK status, because you have to prove that, of course, when you get somebody who's going to control you. Third, ignoring split year treatment. Not taking advantage of the split year treatment that can divide the tax year between the UK and non-UK parts. Keep that in mind, please. Fourth, do-it-yourself planning. Trying to navigate complex international tax rules without professional guidance often leads to costly mistakes. And again, use a real specialist, please, like us. And last, the mistake of focusing only on income tax. And many entrepreneurs focus solely on income tax rates without considering capital gain tax, inheritance tax, and other important potential liabilities. So guys, let me be crystal clear about the bottom line here. Relocating from the UK as an entrepreneur can be incredibly beneficial for your tax situation, and many of our clients save hundreds of thousands and sometimes millions really of pounds in taxes after properly relocating to places like Dubai, Cyprus, or Kong, or Malta, for example. But there are crucial distinctions you need to know: the difference between tax avoidance and tax evasion. And tax avoidance is completely legal, and it means using legitimate strategies with the law to minimize your tax burden. So this includes proper immigration planning, strategic business structures, and utilizing tax treaties. But that's where we come in for guidance. And on the other hand, there's tax evasion. Now, that is illegal, and it involves hiding income, providing false information to tax authorities, or creating sham arrangements with no economic substance. And this is what we are helping to avoid. So don't do that. And at Emifast, we exclusively operate in the realm of legal tax avoidance. So we help you optimize your tax position while staying 100% within the boundaries of the law. So this commitment to legal actually are the things why we sometimes turn clients also away. If we detect that someone's intentions, expectations, or circumstances don't align with the boundaries of legal tax planning, we simply don't take them. We've declined many potential clients who wanted quick fixes or weren't willing to commit to building real substance abroad. But this selective approach might seem a little bit stupid from a business perspective, but this is why we maintain such high client satisfaction and excellent reviews as well. So before you take that step toward international tax optimization, let's prepare the right way and visit us at emifast.com to book a free consultation with our tax experts. And if you found this video helpful, give it a like, drop a comment down below with your thoughts, and don't forget to subscribe for more insights on global tax strategies. Again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Stay tuned.